So many new books have been released recently, so let's do a big new release book haul. Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this week's Friday book chat where we chat all things books. This week we're doing one of my favorite monthly vlogs, and that is a big book haul. This one is very special because it is full of brand new releases. Spring and summer I feel like are full of book releases, so it's really hard for me to resist buying books that just came out. Like, the new releases, I need to have them. But because of that, I have a big book haul. I think I have about 19 books here, and I'm really excited to share them with you. So snuggle up, grab yourself a blanket, grab yourself a drink, and let's chat some books. I'm going to try my very best to keep this not too long. So I'm going to try to not talk too much about each book. I'll tell you what it is, tell you the author, tell you a quick snippet about what it's about, maybe a quick reason about why I got it, and then, yeah, show it off and we'll move on, right? So let's get right into it. And these are in no particular order, they're just in a stack next to me. So they're just in the stack next to me. To start us off, we have A Secret in the Garden by Jan O'Reilly. This is an absolutely stunning book. I am obsessed with it. It is a dark fantasy romantasy novel. It follows our two main characters. We have Jasper. He is the lone heir and remaining son of the Blackwood Manor, which is kind of decrepit and going into disrepair. And we also have Eliza. She is a botanist who works in the conservatory at the manor. She is desperate to save her job, so she goes to Jasper and she begs for money to help fix the conservatory. He agrees, but with only one condition. She herself, and only she, will be the one to fix it up. So of course, wanting to keep her job, she does this, but as she fixes it up, things are not quite as they seem in the conservatory. There are whispers in the walls, and she feels like someone's watching her every move. Meanwhile, things are starting to also heat up between her and Jasper. So this sounds like a really good book, and I'm really excited to read it. And yeah, I picked this one up, one, because it's just so beautiful and so pretty, and two, because it kind of just gave the spring vibes, and honestly, just the description, I couldn't resist, so I had to get it. Next up, we have Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. This is a billionaire romance book. It is the second in the series. The series is called this. I don't know what it's called. And book number one is The Fine Print. I know there's one more in the series, I believe, and it is called something. Here it is. This one is new release, and it came out recently in this specialized version. This absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous hardcover. Like, it is holographic, it is beautiful, it has stencil edges, and I'm pretty much, yeah, absolutely obsessed with it. Honestly, I'm very obsessed with it, and I know, and it is just so pretty, and even the insides are so pretty. Like, I wanted to read this series, but then when I saw that these special versions were coming out, I could not resist. I had to wait for them, and I'm so obsessed with it. I will tell you that I know absolutely nothing about this book except that it's a billionaire romance and it's the second in a series. The back says, to anyone fighting an invisible battle, I see you. Well, that's amazing, but yeah, it's book number two. As you can see, there is nothing. There's no description of it at all. I just know that I have book number one and I needed book number two, so I bought it. But yeah, that's all I know about it. I know absolutely nothing, so you know the exact same amount about it. Moving on to the third book in my haul, that is Direbound by Fable Sorensen. This is a fantasy romantasy novel, and it has to do with direwolves. So I believe our human characters, they bond with direwolves, and then they use it to fight their war. That's all I really know. Oh my goodness. That's all I really know, is that it has to do with direwolves and that they bond with them. It says, make me your instrument of vengeance. I also know it's a romance. Oh my. Look at this artwork. The prettiest artwork. Marilyn has always hated the bonded elite warriors who form mental links with the massive vicious direwolves they ride. Bonded live in luxury, while Marin struggles to keep her family out of poverty. When her little sister is kidnapped, stolen from the border, Marilyn's world falls apart. Desperate to cross the front and save her sister, Marilyn enlists in the army and is thrown into the deadly bonding trials, where one mistake means death. She must survive 4 months of brutal training at the castle, but she is bound to a feral direwolf who refuses to communicate. The other trainers are out to spill her common blood, and her cold and beautiful instructor, Stark, is eager to punish any weakness. Everything is a competition, and everyone is out to get her. Everyone except the dangerously handsome crown prince, whose attention adds another lethal target to her back. In the castle, every smile hides a knife. In the halls hide dark secrets. Bond or bleed, duel or die. Failure is ruin. Well, that sounds good. This sounds like Fourth Ring, but with direwolves. So that sounds amazing. And I know this is number one in the series. It might be The Wolves of Ruin. That is my guess. If it's not, I will let you guys know. This is number one in the series. And I know number two, I think it's out on Kindle, but number two in this fancy version comes out soon. So I had to pick it up. My sister read this book and she loved it and she told me I need to read it. So I waited for this version to come out. I picked it up and then I'm waiting for book two to come out and then I plan to read them back to back. The next book I got was To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Cast. This again is a fantasy. No, I think it's dystopian. I believe this is a dystopian novel. I always forget to distinguish between the two. I believe this is a dystopian novel and it has to do with a prison. Oh my god, it's so pretty. The birds on it are so pretty and I am obsessed. Into the brutal world of Enlock, a prison where the wealthy hunt the inmates for sport. Oh, it's the first novel. The first novel in an electrifying dystopian. It is dystopian romance series. So I guess it is the first in the series. The series is called this. Clearly, I'm up to date on my series names. Can't you tell? It's so hard because sometimes they're just like called after the first book, and sometimes they have like a random name. So I just look it up to make sure I have it correct for you guys. But I believe that our female main character has to enter the prison to save someone that she loves, and yeah, has to make sure she's not hunted for sport. But that sounds really good, and it sounds really intense, and I'm really excited for it. And I believe I didn't know it was a series, so I'm a little. I should have known it was a series. Of course it is. I'm a little sad though because look, like I need some good standalone. So if you have any good fantasy standalone recommendations, please leave them below. But I'm probably gonna read this one soon too because I'm really excited for it, and it doesn't look too thick, so that's not too intimidating. Next up, I got August Albert's Mystical Cat Shelter by Heather Fawcett. This is, oh, look at the cats on it. This is a cozy fantasy novel. It follows our main character. She is the owner of a cat shelter, and the cat shelter unfortunately needs a new home, and the only home she can find is with the landlord, who is a mysterious man called Havelock, and he happens to be the world's most famous magician, running an illegal magic shop out of his basement. So things start to happen between the magician and the shelter owner, and I know it is a cozy fantasy romance, and I'm really excited for this one. I think it's gonna be really fun. I believe this is a standalone, hopefully. So I'm really excited, and I love cats. Like, look at all the cats on it. Honestly, I just needed this book because of the cats, and yeah, obsessed, obsessed already. The next book I got is not actually a new release. I will throw that out there because I don't want to mislead you guys, and that is The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. This is a historical fiction novel. It is about a family who has to move up to Alaska and then what their lives are like in Alaska. It takes place in 1974, and it says unpredictable, unforgiving, untamed, for a family in crisis, the ultimate test of survival. And I just thought it sounded so interesting about a family going and living in Alaska. Like, that sounds so really, 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 really interesting. So I just kind of had to have it, and I had extra room in my book of the month box, so I added this one on. I'm trying to slowly gather all of Kristen Hanna's books, so like I just wanted to add this one on, and I think it's such a cute cover too. Yeah, I just think the fact that it's set in Alaska is going to be really interesting. So I'm excited for that one. Next up, I lost count. Should we count? Book number 7 is Volume 0, Issue 12. This is a collection of short stories that I get through my Book of the Month subscription. It's always linked below. Not a partner, I'm just a fan, and if you ever want money off your box, click the link. But anyways, this is a collection of short stories. It is issue number 12. They have a new issue that releases every other month, and I just get them because I like short stories. I like supporting different authors. So it makes me feel good that I can support different authors, and yeah, I just like the short stories and I think it's fun, and I just get automatically added to like my box every other month. It's part of my subscription, so I do have a whole stack of them lined up, so I need to read them. I need to read them to make sure I still want to be part of it. So we need to get these read soon. That is book number 7. Book number 8 is technically not a new release either, but you will understand why I purchased it when we see book number 9. Book number 8 is First Time Caller by B.K. Forrison. This is a contemporary romance novel, and it follows our two main characters. Our male main character is a radio talk show host. Our female main character is a single mom, and her daughter calls into the show and says she wants like a boyfriend for her mom or something, and then it kind of transpires from there, and they kind of go on a big adventure through the radio show to try and help her find a man. So I think it's really fun, and then clearly I think they start falling for each other. So I think it looks cute and fun. I've heard mixed reviews on it, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to read it. But then I saw And Now Back to You is coming out as part of a series apparently, and this is book number 2, and I want to read book number 2, so I figured I like BK Forrison, the books I have read by her, I enjoy so far, so why not give it a try? So I got book number 1 because I wanted to get book number 2, which is a new release, and that is And Now Back to You, again by BK Forrison. This is the second in an interconnected standalone series, and those are two main characters, and they are rival weather people, which sounds so fun. Like rival, like the people on the news who report the weather. They're meteorologists, I believe they probably are. Two competing meteorologists are forced to find common ground in this opposites attract when Harry met Sally inspired romance. So that sounds really, really cute. And I wanted to read this one, so I picked this one up and also got this one as well. This is Sleepless in Seattle inspired. So I'm thinking I might do a vlog where I watch Sleepless in Seattle and then read this, and then watch When Harry Met Sally and then read this. Wouldn't that be cute? That's definitely happening. That's decided. But yeah, those are some more books I got recently. This stack is getting precarious. We need to reorganize. We need to save her. Don't worry. I got it. You guys just relax. I'll take care of the giant stack. Where do I put it? I don't want it to get hairy. That's a kitty post. Okay. Okay. Guys, I spoiled myself with my book of the month this month because we have 2 more book of the month books. First one is How to Write a Love Story by Kathleen Walsh. This one is a contemporary romance, and it follows our 2 main characters. One's a writer, one's an editor. It takes place over one hot summer. It says, will romance be in the books? Oh, I got this one because it takes place on the Irish coast. And I was like, a summer romance on the Irish coast? Yes, please. So it has to do with our female main character. She's trying to finish her father's last fantasy series novel. So he wrote a fantasy series and he has a final novel in the series that needs to finish. She is trying to finish it and she's having writer's block. So enter our male main character. He is a fanboy and an editor from New York, and they butt heads as they try to write her father's last novel. So that sounds really, really cute and really, really good. And a romance book about writing. Who doesn't love that? And then finally we have Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. This one actually won the Lolly for 2025. That means it was Book of the Year for Book of the Month. It won Favorite Best Book of the Year. So I got it for free, and everybody reads this book and says it's so good. So when it won Book of the Year and everybody says it's so good, I was like, I need to pick this up. It follows a family who lives on an island in charge of a seed bank, and a woman washes up on shore, and then I think romance and thriller things start to happen. So it sounds really good, and I'm really excited to read this one. I want to read all of these things. Like, all I need to do is just read constantly. But anyways, this one looks really good, and I think seed banks are really, really interesting. So I hope we learned a bit about the seed bank because I think that's so interesting. And then I think the combination of romance and thriller is like a newer subgenre for me, and I'm loving it. So I'm really excited for this one. That was book number 11, which means this. Oh, this is book number 12, and she is still wrapped in bubble wrap because she is so precious to me because it was quite a story for her to get here. But this is Rewind It Back by Liz Tomforte. This is the special Sprayed Edge edition. This is book number 5 in the Windy City series. It is a spicy sports romance series. This book follows Rio. He is a hockey player, and Haley, I believe they are childhood friends, I believe. But I'm really excited to read this one. I just finished book number 4 in the series, so I needed to get book number 5, and I got it. I got it to match other books I have in the series. Really excited, and yeah, like I said, sports romance series follows a hockey player and the girl next door from when he was younger. This is the final book in the official Windy City series. It is a 5-book series. So this is book number 5. It is the final book, and yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I can't wait to read it. I'm probably going to be reading it. Actually, I know I'm going to be reading it probably in April. Okay, speaking of the Windy City series, we might as well. Oh, this book technically did come out last year, but I needed it to complete my series, and also I needed it to prepare me for the next book, which is a new release, and that is In Her Own League by Liz Tomforte. This is a spin-off novel connected to the Windy City series. It follows Monty, who is a coach of the baseball team in Chicago, and Reese, who is the owner. So it's an owner coach relationship, and it has to do with the Windy City series. And I believe they're like in their 40s, and I'm really, really excited for it. I cannot wait for it. And yeah, I had to get it to continue the series. I'm obsessed with the series, so when I saw this one was coming out, heck yes, Monty deserves so much love. So I cannot wait to read this one, and this one as well. So this one I'll read first, and then I'll read this one, and they go together perfectly. And yeah, I had to get this. Next up is not a new release. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to pretend it's a new release when it's not. And that is Good Spirits by B.K. Borson. Apparently, I've really been buying a bunch of B.K. Borson lately, trying to get all of her books, it looks like. But this one is a Christmas novel. It is a retelling of like the ghost of the Christmas Carol, where it's like she's visited from a ghost, and I believe a romance starts to happen between the ghost and her. It is a Christmas novel. I do not plan to read this one until next Christmas, but I wanted to pick it up because I wanted this fancy version because it's going to be part of the series. And I see that a new book called Grim Tidings or something is going to be coming out for next Christmas, so I wanted to get this one so I can read them back to back come winter, and they'll match. So I had to get this one picked up for a new release that's coming out in the future. We're getting there, guys. I've been talking for 23 minutes already. Wow. Okay. We got one more handful of books. So, the next book is Sweet Venom by Rena Kent. This is a dark hockey romance, I believe. This is book number 2 in a series. It is the series, and I don't know much about it. I don't want to tell you much about it, but I believe that our female main character, I think it's interconnected romance standalone. So I believe they're standalone but interconnected. I don't really know for sure. I thought I owned book 1 when I bought this, but I do not. So I need to buy book 1, and I also need to buy book 3, which is releasing soon. But yeah, I need book 1 still, which I believe is Beautiful Venom. And then I need book 3, which I believe, I do not know what it's called. Something Venom, but I believe it's a trilogy, so I believe that's the end. But it is a dark romance hockey series, and that's all I'm going to tell you because that's all I really know. But I really, really like this version. I think it's really pretty, so I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Okay. Next up is a new release in this specific version, and that is Killed by Raven Kennedy. This is number 1 in the Plated Prisoner series. So I do know that this series is released and out already, but this special like splashed gold edge version just came out at Target. It was like a special Target release, and I wanted to read this series. I've been wanting to read this series, so I figured might as well start collecting these fancy versions as they come out. So I picked up this one, and this series is a fantasy series. It follows a girl who is, I believe she's imprisonated, and she is entirely made of gold. It says gold. Gold floors, gold walls, gold furniture, gold clothes. In King Midas's castle, built at the top of the frozen mountains, everything is made of gold, even me. That sounds really, really good, and I've heard that so many good things about that series, so we're going to be slowly collecting the fancy versions, hopefully. Hopefully they come out with all of them. Like, I assume they're going to. They better, because otherwise that would suck. Anyways, the next book I got is also, no, the next book I got is number 2 in a series. No, it's not. It's number 1. The next book I got is number 1 in a series, and that is Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. This is a romantic thriller cowboy series. I believe it's a trilogy. It says lie to everyone but not to me, honey. I believe it is a trilogy, and I'm very excited to read it. I think it's going to be so good. It says yes. So there's Bourbon and Lies, which is this one. And then book number 2, which was recently released in this version, is called Bourbon and Secrets. I believe it just came out. And then we have Bourbon and Proof, which is going to come out soon as well. So I'm really excited to read this series. I've heard mixed reviews on it, but I honestly think I'm going to love it. This one follows an ex-cop and a beautiful stranger who shows up in his small town. So I think it's going to be really good, and I'm really excited to read this trilogy. I just need to get the other books. Next up is, again, number 1 in the series. The series just came out, and it is Crown of War and Shadow by J.R. Ward. And by the series just came out, I mean this book number 1 just came out, and this is a fantasy series. Look at that. That is gorgeous. This is a fantasy romantasy series, and it says, destiny cannot be denied, neither can true love. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. So pretty. Ooh, and there's a crown on the front. Welcome to Kingdoms of the Compass. The fulcrum is failing and demons are slipping into the mortal world. I love demons. I love stories about demons. I don't know why. Just something about it. I don't know if it's because it brings me back to like my Shadowhunter days, but I just love stories about demons. So it follows our female main character. She's an orphan and an outcast, and she has been chosen and cursed, and she must cross the Badlands, return a queen's crown, and convince the sovereign to save their world from destruction. She enlists the help of a mercenary to help her get across, and his one condition, a night in his bed. So it sounds really fun and really good. Like I said, it's the beginning of a series, and I think it's gonna be a really fun one. And I have not seen anything about this. I don't know anything about it other than what I just read, but I think it's gonna be a really good one and a really fun one, and I'm really excited. And then the final book in my new release book haul is a new release in this special version, in this deluxe, amazing, gorgeous version, and that is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. Look at this. Like, look at this version. It is insane how pretty it is. Like, it is so, so, so pretty. And I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Like, look at that. Look at that. So this is a duology. I have not read the duology yet. I know they both are out, but not in this nice version. And I believe they are both... Ooh, a map. So they're rivals, and I believe they are like writers. I don't know that much about it, but oh my god, it is so gorgeous and so pretty, and I've heard such good things about this series, and I cannot wait to read it. And like I said, this version just came out, and I'm stoked to read it. And I believe they're gonna do book 2. I hope so. They'll do book 2 in this beautiful version as well. It just has not yet been released, but I love it. I love the edges, and I cannot wait to read it. I'll probably wait until the next one comes out because, well, to be honest, I don't want to just read one. I'm going to want to read the duology back to back. So I'll probably wait till the next one comes out to read it, but I'm really excited. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. But yeah, that is my new release book haul. I ended up having 19 new books for this book haul. So new to me books, and a good chunk of them were new releases. So like I said, so many new releases are coming out recently, and I cannot resist buying them. So lucky me, and then lucky you guys, because you get more book hauls. But yeah, it's been a good month, and I'm excited to read all of these books. And I think I'm going to be reading a good chunk of them soon. And some of them are going to be sitting on my TBR shelf because they are for the future, and that is a-okay. But yeah, I would love to know if you guys have read any of these books. Let me know down below, and if I should bump any of them up my TBR list. My next haul will probably be a little bit longer than typical. Typically, they're every month. It'll probably be in like 6 weeks because my birthday's coming up. So I'll probably wait till after my birthday and we'll do a big big birthday book haul, which I cannot wait. So, yeah, with that, I would love to leave you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I would love to hear how your month is going. I hope you are having a fabulous March, and I will see you guys in my next one. Live well, read lots of good books, and go discover my friends. Bye!